Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Denise and this is Dear Designs. It is the 31st of January. I haven't filmed since last Monday, so it's been a week. I've got a few bits to show. So yeah, let's get started. Like I said, today is the 31st of January. It is the last day for you to enter into the Year of the Sock 2022 January prompt, which is grey skies. I'm going to try and get this video up today, so hopefully you'll see this and it might remind you if you haven't entered already. Even though the prompt is grey skies, you can add any socks that you like. It's just a prompt for some people because some people might have yarn that in their stash they're like, a lot of people had grey but they didn't really use much grey, and they have this month because the prompt was grey skies. Today we've got an absolutely beautiful blue sky out there. It's very, very windy, but it's not, we haven't got a cloud in the sky. It looks really lovely out there. It's really windy and it is only 8 degrees. So yeah, talking of socks, I have a finished pair of socks, and these are the yarn that I got from Gamer Crafting from the Waltham Abbey Wool Show. These are not part of the Year of the Sock. Obviously I can't win prizes, but you can, so like I said, you can enter any socks that you like. These are it's called the Storm, the colourway, and it is just absolutely stunning. I have decided to do a heel flap and gusset for this yarn, just because the colour changes were quite long and I thought this would look better than a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I really enjoyed doing the heel flap, so I think I might do my next pair with a heel flap, and I find they fit me quite well as well. They give me a little bit extra room here. The only reason that I don't normally do a heel flap is because I wasn't really sure of the pattern, like it wasn't in my head, but I think if I do a couple of pairs, like one after the other, I think it might be better, and I won't need to keep going back to the pattern. The pattern I used, or should I say the video I used, was from the Crazy Sock Lady, and it was just one of her like how to knit socks on Magic Loop 9-inch. And it was the 9-inch video that I watched because I wanted to see, excuse me, I wanted to see how she knit on 9-inch because I started knitting on 9-inch. But anyway, this is my first finished object. I don't think I've got any other finished objects. I'm not sure, I can't remember, but this is socks. I bought this yarn at Waltham Abbey Wool Show 2 years ago. I did cast it on to knit at Waltham Abbey. This year I knit just a tiny little bit, but I can't wait to wear these. And I know I said that I'm going to wait and put all my socks for this year into a basket. I don't really know how long that's going to last because this is the second pair now that I absolutely love. But they are just living up here for now. As, oh, you can't really see, but they live up there for now. I have started my February socks. I just wanted to cast it on. So this morning I had a meeting. It's like a diabetic prevention meeting thing that the doctors put me on. And obviously while listening to that, it's like a Teams thing, like a Zoom thing, whatever. I can knit. So I've cast on February's prompt, which is Tiggled Pink, and I have used the yarn from August's, I think. I did have the tag. Yes, it's August's Mystery Yarn Club that I dyed up last year, and it is just in this pink, and I have literally done a couple of rounds of 2x2 rib, and I'm going to do a heel flap and gusset. I don't know how long I'm going to do the leg. I might do them a little bit shorter, not as long as the other socks. So the grey ones were quite short, but we'll see how much I enjoy the yarn. I don't know whether I'm going to do contrast heel toes and not cuffs, because obviously I've already cast on the cuff. I'm not sure yet, but I just thought I would cast that on ready for tomorrow, as I had a bit of free time this morning while I was doing that, and that can now just sit up there. So I have a brand new cast on that you haven't even seen yet unless you are on Instagram. So I have cast on this for Mikey. His birthday is this week. It's this week, it's Sunday. And I have cast on this for him. Now this is like a little racing jumper. It's got like a champion, power, speed badge, and then like a racing or patches. And I have got this far, which I'm really pleased with. I have done this much. I am onto the rib at the bottom of the jumper. I have bought him a t-shirt for his birthday because this was coming up quite short in the pattern. So I wanted to make it as long as the t-shirt so that it would last probably and hopefully a little bit longer. But this is what it looks like. It was knit top down, and that's unusual for knitting magazine patterns. But I'm just so glad, because there is no way that I would have knit this backwards and forth, or back and forth. But it was knit in the round, so like colour work basically. I held one colour in my left hand, one colour in my right hand, and it's not pulling. I did do it quite loose. This is my floats. I know people like to see floats. So there is, I tried to do it as loose as I could, because obviously it's for a child. I don't want it to be too tight. Yeah, and I'm just literally on the ribbon. So a couple of rows of this mustardy colour, then onto this dark grey. I did pull out a black for this. I didn't realise in the pattern it was actually this grey. I thought it was black. And then when I got to the actual, this part, like the top bit here, I was like, oh, let me see if it's definitely the black. And in the pattern it says graphite, and I was like, oh, it's not black. Maybe I shouldn't do black then. Maybe it might be too dark, which I'm really pleased I didn't do the black and it is this grey, because it's still really effective and it's quite a dark yarn anyway. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. Hopefully I'll get this finished by Sunday. So I've just got that little bit at the bottom to do and some sleeves. This is it's going to be a Mario jumper. And just this morning, I did order some patches, and this morning they came. So I have ordered this really cute Mario Kart. And when you're playing Mario Kart, you collect coins. So this is going to go on the front. It might be a bit big, but let me just hold it up. This is going to go on the front sort of here, so it's like racing along the finish line. And then this patch, I'm thinking of putting it on the sleeve. It might be a bit big here. So yeah, I'm going to put that on the sleeve and that on the opposite side. But yeah, and I'm hoping that he'll like it. He loves Mario, as you all know. So I'm using, the red is from Home Bargains. Did I show you the yarn that I got? Can't remember now. The mustard is from Home Bargains. And this one is just called Red. And that is coming up a lot brighter than what it actually is. It's a little bit darker than that. It's more of a, like, I don't know, it's like a dark red, not a bright red. It's not like a fire engine red. And then I'm just using a grey, which was in my stash, and a white that was in my stash. I'm not sure what this is. It might be Stylecraft Special. Most probably is. But it was just in my stash, and it's perfect for what I need it for. My throat is going again. So that's that. And then last time you would have seen that I was knitting on a V-back tee. Just chucked the pattern across the room. I'm still knitting on it and I have got down to the short row shaping. So this is technically the back. I might wear it this way round. I'm not 100% sure, but you can wear it either way round, so it doesn't really matter. This is technically the front. And yeah, I'm just working on the short rows. I'm not alternating skeins on the short rows because I thought to myself, I'm going backwards and forwards, so it's not, and I'm doing less stitches each time, so it's not like the colours are gonna fall on top of each other every time. And it's working out so far. The cable is a bit curly, so it's really hard to show. I'll show it that way round. So this is where I started the short row shaping, and it hasn't really changed pattern much. Like the colour pattern, if you know what I mean, hasn't changed much. I did do a couple of rows with the first yarn that I had that had less white in it, and I was like, oh no, maybe I should change because otherwise I'm going to get a band of like just full colour and no white, but that hasn't happened. So I'm really pleased with how that's coming along. I did knit a bit on it last night, and I'm really happy and really pleased with the colour actually. I really like it, and I think with white shorts, which I do have a few pairs of white shorts, it will be really nice in the summer. And it's a 4-ply, so and to be honest, the material is quite gappy, if that's a terminology. What's the word? The fabric is quite airy because you use quite a big needle for a 4-ply basically. It's a 4mm. I don't know because the numbers have rubbed off, but obviously I did make sure that it was the right needle when I started. I'm still on the yarn is by Wiku Yarns. Wiku, this company here. And this is how much I have of the first ball. This is how much of the second ball, and I'm still knitting on this. And then I still have a whole 100-gram ball that I haven't even touched. So yeah, the other thing as well is that it might be a bit short. I have knit it to the instructions on the pattern, but I'm thinking once I've joined everything at the bottom again, done the short rows, I can then try it on and then just knit an extra little bit at the bottom if I need it. It's all in one colour, so you're not really going to see the short rows as much and things like that, so I'm hoping that it'll be okay. Like the short rows are here and you can't see it because of the yarn, but you'll get the shape what you need, like of the actual garment. So yeah, anyway, that one is that. I have pulled out yarn to make, I don't know what I did with the bag. Oh, it's down here. I've pulled out yarn to make one of these, which is a loopy cardigan. So I want to finish Mikey's jumper, then I'm going to cast on this. I've just pulled out some, I think it's Robin double knit in the colour 46. I had a few balls of this in my stash. I have actually pulled out straight needles because I thought I might try this on straight needles and see how I get on. If not, I can always go back to circular needles and just go backwards and forwards. And this is just living in a bag that I made. It did have my Cozy Memory blanket in it, but to be honest, it was a bit big for that. I haven't made much progress on it, so I've put my Cozy Memory in this and that in that. Let me see, is there anything on here that I need to show you? I can't actually remember. my needles have all got stuck. I think there's a couple of colours that I've put on here. So these two here, I can't remember if I've showed you them or not, but I'll show you again. This one here, which is the Zoobable, and these two here. So this was the Halloween yarn. I can't remember the colourway of that. This was the not Bird Street. Bird Street? Yes, Bird Street Christmas colourway. And then this one where I knit the hat, and I think I dyed that myself. So yeah, I can take the stitch markers off of that now. I've got a few yarns that need to be added, so the socks that I've just finished, and then the January socks as well. Now my phone's ringing. It can wait a second. So yeah, that is that. I have also not knitted much on my circular sock. So I did show this last week. There was not much progress, and there's not much progress again today. So I've done a little bit more, not much. I'm still getting used to holding the needle. Maybe I should knit on it a little bit more just to get a bit more practice, but this is what it looks like. This yarn is Heart and Soul. Yes, Heart and Soul in 0163. So yeah, that is that. I started this just before Wolf and Abbey Wool show, but this is just like a little practice piece. I don't know whether I'll stick with Magic Loop, I'm not sure. I think that's everything that I've been knitting on. I did get the I can't remember what one. No, not that one. I did get the yarn from Woolly Goodness. So if you get the it's called the Trees and Flowers Club. It has replaced the Colours Club from last year, the Mini Skein Club, and this is dyed with inspiration from Snowdrops. So if you haven't got it, then look away. But I got a really nice stitch marker, if it will stop flying around everywhere. And this is the yarn. It's really pretty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually keep these in the boxes. Now the last year's one, other than that one I've just pulled down as well, I did just put in my jar. But what I'm going to do is keep them in their boxes for now until I have quite a few, to see if I can get them to match at all. And if not, then obviously I will just use them for heels, toes, cuffs. But if not, I did actually write on the boxes what they were. If not, then I will think of something else to do. I have also ordered some natural, not natural dye, natural yarn, so bare yarn. As I'm I want to start dyeing again. I'm not going to do it on probably such a big scale of doing so many of the same colour. I'm going to do sort of one or two of the same colour. So it'll be more sort of one of a kinds and things. So yes, I've got that. And I have also ordered this time some mini skeins. So there might be some sock sets. I might do some like one-off sort of dipping it into the dye, and I don't know. I'm just going to have a little play, which I'm really excited about. So that will be this week at some point. Not sure when. But I will come on once I have finished Mikey's jumper, which hopefully will be this week. And I'll show you any more progress that I've got at all. Places, I should have said this at the beginning, but places you can find me are all linked down below. So my Ravelry group, that if you want to enter the sock along, my Instagram is below, there's a Facebook group that is down below, everything is down below. The only thing that I don't really have is a email address, but please feel free to contact me on Ravelry or on Instagram under my Dear Designs page, and hopefully I will be able to pick that up, as at the moment I'm not really losing messages. So yeah, feel free to message me on there or message me on a post, or because I will get obviously a notification. Anyway, I don't think I've got much else to say. I'm just thinking. I've been reading a book which I got last year when we was in Cornwall, which was in August. I did pick up quite a few books, and I'm reading this one. It's called The Endless Beach by Jenny Colgan. I really like Jenny Colgan books. I've read quite a few of hers, and I didn't realise how many books she actually had out, but she's got quite a few now. I got this in the charity shop. It was £1, and I am on page 245 of 390, I think. So I'm not doing too bad. It's a really good book. I don't want to go into too much detail in case you want to read it. You probably don't, but it's apparently the sequel to the first book, or it's the second book to the first book, but you don't need to read the first book, and they give you sort of a wrap up in the beginning of this, so I was pleased about that. But it's about a island called Muir in Scotland, so it's really good. I really am enjoying it. That's about it for now. If I do think of anything else, then obviously I will just do another video. Also, I will be doing the winners tomorrow. I will upload a video just quickly of the winners. I will be using my little friend that we have nicknamed her Deborah. Her name does begin with A. She belongs to the Amazon group, but me and Ian have nicknamed her Deborah because whenever we talk about her, she lights up. We don't want that. So we call her Deborah. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.